Hello students, welcome to another lecture of periodic classification of elements. In the last class we have seen that in a periodic table you can make elements into one category called as which orbital is present, that block elements. If the elements are having valence shell in S subshell, you have grouped that elements into S block elements, similarly P block, D block and F block elements, right? A question about asking about each and every block element is very important for your IP exam. So, let us pay strong attention on this concept. Write about S block, P block, D block and F block element is such an important question that you have to master this question, right. So, let us look into this question. There are 4 blocks in a periodic table, right, and that blocks are S block, P block, D block and F block elements. In the periodic table, S block elements are present on the extreme left side and it has 2 groups. First and second group of the periodic table are together called as S block elements, right. We will see one group individually and then going to the next group, right. So, let us look into first block called as S block, right. In S block elements, 1A and 2A group are called as S block elements, right. Why they are called as S block elements? That should be our first point, right. The elements in which the differentiating electron or the valence electron, differentiating means last electron, the elements in which the differentiating electron enters into S subshell is called as S block elements. When you write about, when a question comes asking write about S, P, D and F block elements, in writing, after writing the heading of S block or any block, your first point should be why they are called as S block, right. Why are the S block called as S block is the elements in which differentiating electron enters into S subshell. That is why the elements in which differentiating electron enters into S subshell are called as S block elements, right. The same way for P block elements also your first point should be the same. The elements in which differentiating electron enters into P subshell are called as P block elements, right. Now, in that block which groups are present, right. Second point should be this. First A group and second A group elements are present in S block elements. Who are present? First A and second A group elements are called as are present in S block elements, right. Now, the next point should be what is the general electronic configuration of this block, right. There are 2 groups. For first A group, the general electronic configuration is NS1, right, and for second A group the general electronic configuration is NS2. Let us write who comes under first A and who comes under second A. In first A group, hydrogen, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. These elements comes under hydrogen, lithium, such an important element. Hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium comes under first A group. So, for hydrogen valence electronic configuration is 1s1, for lithium 2s1, for sodium 3s1, for potassium 4s1, 5s1, 6s1 and 7s1, right. So, instead of writing all that, generally what we will write NS1, N means principal quantum number. If it is in first period 1s1, if it is second period 2s1, 3s1, 4s1, 5s1, 6s1 and 7s. And you know that there are 7 periods in the periodic table. So, let us write general electronic configuration of this. What is the general electronic configuration of the total block? We have to write we cannot write general electronic configuration of first A is this, second A is this, right. So instead of writing separately groups, let us write for the total block. NS starting is from 1, ending is till 2. So this is the general electronic configuration of total S block elements, right. This is our third point. Fourth point, what is the nature of these elements of the group or of the block, right. The first A group and second A group elements are highly electropositive and they have very less ionization potential. Highly electropositive means they can easily lose the electron, and therefore their ionization potential will be very less. If they need very less energy to lose the electron, they are called as electropositive, and their IP value will also be very less. First A and second A elements are highly electropositive and has less ionization potential, right. The energy required to remove an electron will be very less because the electron comes out easily, right. Therefore, this should be our next point, right. Okay, if they are electropositive and if their ionization potential is less, are they having metallic nature or non-metallic nature or metalloid nature? That also we should write, right. So the next point will be this: except lithium and beryllium, except lithium and beryllium, all of them are metals. All of them are metals, and what happens to metallic nature? From top to bottom it increases, and metallic nature increases, right. These are our points. Sir, ये कवर हो रहा, देखिए ज़रा. हो रहा ना, क्योंकि आई एम राइटिंग एट द कॉर्नर. हो रहा ना, हो रहा, ठीक है, चलो स्टार्ट. So the next point is except lithium and beryllium, as lithium and beryllium are of very small size, they are not having that much metallic character, right. Except those two, remaining all of them from top to bottom, as their size increases, what happens to their metallic nature is that also increases, right. These are the points of S block elements, and therefore if they are having more metallic nature, if they are electropositive in nature, and if their ionization potential is also less, what is the other name for these two groups? They are, therefore they are called as who? First A group is called as alkaline earth metals, alkaline metals. First A, alkali metals. Both of them are metals, right. First A is called as alkali metals and second A is called as alkaline earth metals. Right. These are the properties of specially for S block elements. First point, the same points we should write for all the blocks, right. For S block, differentiating electron enters into S subshell, that's why it is called as S block elements. Second point, who comes under that block? First A and second A group of the periodic table comes under S block elements. Where is S block present? That also we should write. S block elements are present on the extreme left side of the periodic table. You add this point here. First A and second A, and they are present on the extreme left side, right. General electronic configuration is NS. What is the first group configuration? Till the last group configuration. First is 1 till 2, right. This is the general electronic configuration. Right, what is the nature of the elements? First A and second A are highly electropositive and has very less ionization potential. Next point, what is the nature? Are they metals or non-metals or semi-metals? That also we should write. Except lithium and beryllium, all of them are metals. What is the next point? Lithium, beryllium, sodium, magnesium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. Right, this is the group elements of second A group, right. So, they come under second A. Therefore, as they can easily form bases, alkali means bases, as they are electropositive, they will easily make base. That is why they are called as alkali metals, and they are called as alkaline earth metals, right. This is about S block element. Please copy down the important points of S block, and in the same order we shall discuss P block elements. Okay. So, the next block elements we shall discuss now is P block elements, right. Where are they present in the periodic table? That first point is which elements are called as P block elements, right. P block element means the elements in which the differentiating electron enters into P subshell is called as P block elements. Differentiating electron enters into P subshell are called as P block elements, right. Second point, where are they present? They are present in extreme right side of periodic table. Where are they present? They are present in the extreme right side of the periodic table. They are now, what is the general electronic configuration of that elements, right. Who comes under P block elements? How many groups comes under P block elements, right. The groups from 13th A, 14th A, 15th A, 16th A, 17th A and 18th A group elements. Group elements comes under P block elements. Who comes under P block? 13th to 18th A group elements comes under P block, right. Next point is what is the nature of those elements? Are they electropositive like them or are they electronegative? That is, they are having electronegative nature and ionization potentials are high, right. So, they cannot lose electron easily, instead they can easily gain the electron. Therefore, we should not write about which energy is, if they cannot lose electron, we should not write about ionization potential. What they can do? They can gain electron. So, what we should write is electron gain enthalpies. They are electronegative. They are electronegative and has high electron gain enthalpy. That means they can easily gain the electron. That's why their electron gain enthalpy is high, right. How about their metallic nature, right? From left to right of this block, what happens is the element becomes even more electronegative and finally they will become zero group elements or noble gases having fully filled electrons, and they cannot lose electron, neither can they gain electron. So, right, now let us write the general electronic configuration about that elements. What is the general electronic configuration of boron? Boron comes after beryllium, therefore its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1, right. This is the electronic configuration of boron. What is the valence electronic configuration? This. First you leave it, second is 2s2, 2p1, right. For boron, 2s2, 2p1. Boron, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. These are the elements of boron family. Same way carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, stibine and bismuth, right? That element follows the order 2s2 2p1 for boron, 2s2 2p2 for carbon, like that we have to write. This is individual, but we cannot write individual here. What you have to write is general electronic configuration. Ns2 Np1 is for boron, Ns2 Np2 is for carbon family, Ns2 Np3 is for nitrogen, Ns2 Np4 is for oxygen, Ns2 Np5 is for fluorine family, and Ns2 Np6 is for noble gases, right? So now looking at all the valence electronic configurations, let us write the common general electronic configuration of the total block, right? General electronic configuration of total p block element is Ns2 is common for everyone, right? And Np starts from 1 goes till 6. So this is the general electronic configuration of the total block. General electronic configuration of the total block is Ns2 Np1 till 6, right? In that group, the electronegativity increases from left to right. That point also you have to write. Electronegativity, they are electronegative and it increases. It increases from left to right. It increases from left to right, right? And the elements who comes at the end of the p block element has fully filled electrons and they have attained stable octet configuration. Octet is fully stable, right? No electrons can be added, no electrons can be removed. That is called as stable octet. Therefore, they have least chemical reactivity and are called as zero group elements or noble gases. Before noble gases, you will find oxygen and fluorine family immediately beside noble gases. They are also a very important class of compound in the periodic table and they are together called as chalcogens and halogens. Halogens means fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and chalcogens means just beside halogens they are called as chalcogens, right? They are also having higher electronegativity and they can also easily accept electron. Oxygen family or chalcogens family accept 1 electron, 2 electron to become noble gas, and fluorine family accept 1 electron to become noble gas, right? So these are called as highly electronegative and they gain electron very easily, right? This is about p block elements, right? Coming, please copy the points about p block elements and then we will move towards d block elements. Coming to the next block in the periodic table is d block elements. Let us write the first point about d block elements. The elements which are present in between S block and P block of the periodic table are called as D block elements, right? Why are they called as D block elements? That should be our first point. Differentiating electron enters into D subshell. The elements in which differentiating electron enters into D subshell are called as D block elements. That should be our first point. Second point is, where are they present in the periodic table? They are present in between S and P block elements. Where are they present? S and P block element. In between S and P elements, S and P block, they are present in the periodic table. What is the, which groups of the periodic table fall under D block, right? Here for S block we told first day and second day comes under S block, and similarly for P block we told the 13th to 18th elements are coming under P block. Same way, who comes under D block, right? 3rd A, 4th A, 5th A, 3rd, 4th, 5th A, like that. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, Earth A and Earth B. Ninth and 10th elements comes 10th 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, 9th A, 9th B and 10th A. All these 3rd to 12th A elements comes under, you can also write them as 3rd A till 12th A elements of the periodic table comes under A group element, comes under D block elements, right? What is their speciality, or what is the, sorry, before going for speciality, let us write the general electronic configuration of this block. General electronic configuration of D block, to know that, let us write who comes under the first group: scandium, right, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, ferrous, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc family, right? Now, what is the electronic configuration of scandium? 2s2, 3d1, that is the general electronic configuration of this block. Sorry, 3s2, 3d1 is for scandium, 3s2, 3d2 is for titanium, 3d3, 3d4, 3d5, the same continues till 3d10, right? 3s1. So, now the general electronic configuration of D block element is, instead of writing 3, we can write ns1. It is common for everyone, right? ns1 sorry, 2D is not possible. 4s1, 3d1 is for scandium and the same continues, and s1, what is the outermost orbital is 4 and the next is 3, right? So, instead of writing 4 and 3 for all, what we can write is ns1 and n-1d. n-d orbital is one principal quantum number lesser than the s orbital. Therefore, instead of writing one letter for each, let us write n-1, and the starting group is having 1 for d1 and the ending and the same continues till 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10, right? n-1 d 1 to 10. This is the general electronic configuration of D block elements. Who comes under D block element, or what is the speciality, right? In D block element, hard metals are present and their metallic nature decreases from top to bottom. Metallic nature decreases from top to bottom. If you can observe, the elements who are present in the topmost D block are highly metallic, and as we go from top to bottom, their metallic nature decreases, right? That's why they are called as hard metals. Right, what is the speciality of these block, total block is, their properties are in between S block and P block, right? Their properties are in between S block and P block. Therefore, they are called as transition elements. Right? They are not as much electropositive as S block, and they are neither as much electronegative as D block, sorry, P block. Therefore, they are in between S and P block. They are trying to convert from S block and go towards P block. Therefore, they come in between and are called as transition elements, right? This is about D block elements. Please copy down the points. Let us move towards F block elements. Right, and the next block which we will go into study is F block elements. And F block elements, why are they called as F block elements, should be our first point. The elements in which the differentiating electron enters into F subshell are called as F block elements, right? Differentiating electron enters F subshell, therefore they are called as F block elements, right? Where are they present, right? In the D block elements, if you look at the first group, scandium family, scandium, yttrium and lanthanum. This is the first group of D block, right? In this group, next group is titanium, zirconium and hafnium, right? If you see from left to right, after lanthanum, who can you see is hafnium, right? So, in writing the atomic numbers, after lanthanum, there is one branch which is coming out. There is one branch which is coming out inside this third A group of the D block elements. After lanthanum, hafnium doesn't come. What comes is lanthanum, cerium, praseodymium, neodymium, promethium, samarium, like that. All 14 elements which are present inside the D block element of lanthanum are called as F block elements, and they are not separated at the bottom of the periodic table. We are writing them in the bottom of the periodic table, as we cannot write what is inside this third A group element. Therefore, we are representing them as a separate box at the bottom of the periodic table. Where are they present in the periodic table? You should not write like how we wrote for S block, left side of the periodic table, P block, right side of the periodic table. We should not write for F block that they are present at the bottom of the periodic table. Then what we should write is they are present inside the D block elements of third A group. They are present inside the D block elements of third A group in the form of 4F series. And after actinium, in the form of 5F series. After lanthanum, 14 elements will come. After that 14 elements, who comes next is hafnium. After lanthanum, all these elements comes. Cerium till lutetium, right? From cerium till lutetium, the elements which comes after lanthanum are called as 4F series of the F block elements. Same way, after actinium, the next element which comes is thorium, uranium, like that. Next 14 element comes after actinium, and therefore they are coming under 5F series of the F block elements. They are present inside the D block itself, right? So, what you should write? They are present inside D block in the form of 4F series and 5F series. In the form of 4F series and 5F series, right? Therefore, they are called as inner transition elements. As D block elements are called as transition elements, F block elements are called as inner transition elements. Inner transition elements. They are present inside a transition, therefore they are called as inner transition elements. Let us now write the general electronic configuration of F block elements. The general electronic configuration of F block is NS2 is common, N-1D 1 is common, and N-2 F starting from 1 till 14th. Total 14th elements are there. That's why the general electronic configuration is NS has 2 electrons because it comes after barium, right? After barium, lanthanum, inside of lanthanum they are present. Therefore, Ns2 n minus 1 D1. D1 is for lanthanum. After lanthanum, the element won't go into, the electron will not go into D2. Lanthanum is D1, right? 3D1, 4s1, 3D1, but sorry, 4s2. 4s2, 3d1 is for this block, right. So, after lanthanum, the next element should have 3d2, but it does not have 3d2. The next element is cerium, which has 4f, this is 4f0 and this is 4f1, 4f1, 4f2, 4f3, like that it continues. Therefore, ns2 n minus 1 d1, d1 is because of lanthanum, and 4f 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 14th is for 4f series. Same way for 5f series, ns2 n minus 1 d1 same 4f, sorry, it will be, sorry, the same valence electronic configuration will be for 4f series 6s2 5d1 4f 1 to 14 is for 4f series, 7s2 6d1 and 5f 1 to 14 is for 5f series. This is the electronic configuration generally for f block elements, right. What is the speciality of f block elements? So, they are radioactive in nature. They are radioactive in nature, right. That is it about 4f and 5f elements. Where are they present is important, what is the general electronic configuration is important, right. These are the important points of each and every block. From each block you have to write at least 4 or 5 points. What you should not miss is the general electronic configuration, in that block which groups will come, and what is the special feature of that elements. That 3 points you should not miss. Okay. So, please copy down the total group features and let us move to the next topic in the next class.